alongside Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at the Golden One Center in downtown Sacramento. Tonight, it's the Sacramento Kings playing host to the LA Clippers. Even to Zubac. Huge block to Paul George.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
From the painted area, won't go down. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Leonard. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Sacramento ball. Layup goes down. Well done.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
To George. And scores. Strong take.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
De'Aaron Fox. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Leonard. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
De'Aaron Fox. Paul George snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Leonard. Barnes. To Beverly. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Hield. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Leonard to Paul George. Stuffs it down with authority. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
The drive right to the basket. Leonard. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Now Dave Joerger going to use a timeout. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Beverly to George. Williams to Paul George. Paul George, 3 for 4. Good start.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Williams to Leonard. And look out. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Fox across the timeline. Counting down toward a minute to play in a very one-sided first quarter thus far. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
It's the Kings now with the ball. De'Aaron Fox. Kawhi Leonard rejects it. Shot from the lane won't go. To George. Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
And too much contact.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Nice finish at the rim. Deep three at the buzzer. 1 quarter down, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Paul George.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
From long range. And Paul George nails it from downtown.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Strong finish for Paul George. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Knocked loose. Shot from in close, no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
It's Sacramento ball. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First try, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Oh, big finish at the rim. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good. Leonard, down low George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Shot by Fox, off the mark. The follow won't go either. The follow won't go either. The follow won't go either. Ivica Zubac with the block. Knocked loose. Kings recover. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Leonard. Big finish at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
George to Beverly. The pass stolen by Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox slams it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
George, no good. Fox into the front court. His guys down big. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
To Beverly. Oh, emphatic slam.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. George, that's how you defend. To Barnes. And the basket good at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Count the bucket for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
And count the basket inside. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Match up.
Nothing going here on that drive. Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Kawhi Leonard. And the rebound pulled down by Barnes. Kings with the ball. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Nemanja Bjelica. George buries it.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Into the front court. It's Fox. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. And finishes strong.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
George buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Slam dunk.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Got to the rim but couldn't finish.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Slams it down.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Fox with it. He'll run the offense. From the painted area, won't go down. To Beverly. Won't go down. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
The Kings will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 23, Louis Williams. Stepping in.
Driving is Fox, but he can't get it to fall. Leonard, yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
And draws the foul.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
De'Aaron Fox at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 72%. Oops, he missed the first one. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. To George. Working hard on the glass. To Paul George. Leonard. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Fox across the timeline. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Defense making the ball carrier work. Can't connect from in close. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Kings have the basketball. De'Aaron Fox. Nice pass to get things going. Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Beverly. And that's rebounded by the Kings. Buddy Hield. Can't do that.
A simple touch foul.
Patrick Beverly, that's his first personal foul.
First try at the line, no good. Misses the second as well. To Williams. Lou Williams. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Oh, emphatic slam.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on, but the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
He was hacked. They let it go. That's the end of the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. The Kings have the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
And a putback slam.
Oof. Really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
I got him. Here we go.
Clippers have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Williams.
To number 3, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
going to launch beyond the arc. And Lou Williams, he doesn't miss many of those. A wide open look for three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
On the follow, way to stay with it.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
That's called escapability right there. Elusive.
Sacramento ball.
Can you stand? It's coming. Can you stand?
JaMychal Green. Tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. No good. Curling inside, throws it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Barnes in a matchup with Harkless. You've got to get that one to go. To Leonard. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Rises for the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
De'Aaron Fox, the pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
In the slam.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Kings now with the ball. De'Aaron Fox to Bagley. JaMychal Green pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Gets to the basket and scores.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Now a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout for Sacramento as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 13, Paul George.
De'Aaron Fox slams it down. Where did that come from?
It's like he got on an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
It's Sacramento ball. De'Aaron Fox. Bjelica here against Harkless. Strong finish for Paul George.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Fox into the front court. His guys down big. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
And he finishes at the rim.
The assist from number 2, Kawhi Leonard
Into the front court, it's Fox. Looking to make something happen. To Harrison Barnes. And he'll go to the foul line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Harrison Barnes, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 78% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Leonard. That won't go. De'Aaron Fox to Hield. 4-3. Hield forced that one. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
8 seconds. It's going the other way. De'Aaron Fox. And the rebound taken in by George.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.